Sorry, I had to make that into a part 2 because said child that I was talking about came upstairs and highly distracted me, and I still am human with ADHD. So where was I? Yeah, I had way too many labels, and I figured that one label of something was better than all of these destructive labels that I've put on myself over the years, because I've been carrying them around like an albatross around my neck for many years. So when I got my diagnosis, something shifted, because for the first time, the story changed. I wasn't lazy, I wasn't failing, I wasn't broken, I wasn't shitty. My brain was just wired differently, like my children's, and if they wasn't all of them things, then that means I wasn't all of them things either. And I cannot explain the relief that came with that. It didn't ever magically fix anything, because there's been so many years of damage to undo, so much relief, but also so much grief and so much anger at the system, at my parents, misplaced or not, and at so many other different things in life. And it didn't fix things, because I still forget things, I still lose things just as much as before, and I still walk into rooms and forget exactly why I'm there. And I still have days where I can't even function enough to pick up cat shit, which we've spoke about last week. But now I understand why. And understanding creates compassion, because I treat myself with the same compassion that I would treat the other people that have this situation going on. I stopped beating myself up quite so much. I still do it vaguely, but so intensely, no. I stopped expecting myself to function like somebody I'm not, like all them people that I went to school with, or all my siblings that don't suffer with neurodivergence. I stopped expecting me to beat their levels and be exactly like them, because we're working from a different toolkit. Honestly, that changed everything. The other thing I don't talk about very often is how a diagnosis can affect the people around you, because I strongly suspect it's helped somebody else in my family too, who we won't name, but somebody who grew up in a time where diagnoses simply weren't available, or if they were a bad thing. Somebody who spent years wondering why at times they felt different and had to go in a quiet room at a party and re-regulate and freak out at times and have a meltdown. And I think seeing my journey has helped this person realise parts of themselves. And I think this happens a lot in families. One diagnosis suddenly shines a light on generations of people who spent their whole lives wondering, there's something inherently different about me, but I don't know what it is. Because suddenly things start making sense for everyone. Not because anything is wrong with these people, but because they were just different, and there was never anything wrong, and they did not deserve them shitty labels. So when people ask me what's the point of late diagnosis, my answer is simply, it gave me understanding, it gave me self-compassion, it taught me to love myself the same way that I'd love other people that had AuDHD. It gave me some of my confidence back, not all of it. There's been years my confidence is just ripped apart, and it takes a whole lifetime to gain that back, and I probably never will. But it replaced years of self-criticism with curiosity, and in many ways it saved me. Not because it changed who I am, because it finally helped me understand who I've always been without them negative connotations. And honestly, that's a gift I wish every late diagnosed person could experience, because we all deserve it. We've all been fighting these, let's call them demons for want of a better word, for years, and not understanding what they were. We've all gone through school being taught to be a fish with the fish toolbox, but we don't have the fish toolbox that all the other kids have got. We've got a dinosaur toolbox, so we can't do all of the things that the fish can do. We can only do the things the dinosaurs can do, and we don't understand what is wrong with us. And maybe finally we got our answer, but it's not a bad answer, it's a good answer, or it's not a good answer, it's just an indifferent answer. We are different, and that's okay. And it brings so much more awareness. A lot of people also ask me, since I've been diagnosed, I've become obsessed. Like, it's my hyperfixation. Yes, of course, we're fucking hyperfixated. We have hyperfixations. And why not let self-work be part of our hyperfixation? What better thing to have finally gained clarity and want to discover ourselves, for going through life for 40 years of not knowing ourselves. Of course we're excited. We found ourselves now and we want to explore it and we want to share it and we feel validated. So in answer to your question, yes, I do understand why you're asking, because it feels pointless, because I'm already 40. Why do I need a diagnosis now? It's not like I'm going to go back into work and do this and do that and have to make reasonable adaptations and etc. No. But it has helped the inside of me, the side of me, the child in me even. I can hold that child's hand now and say, hey, there's nothing wrong with you. You're just a little bit special. Or however I want to phrase it. Because it's my prerogative and it's my journey. And it's yours too. So do I think that late diagnosis is worth it? Totally. Will it come with a lot of grief, anger, sadness, madness? Yes, it will. But is it worth it? Yes, for me it was. You were never ever failing at being a person. You were simply trying to navigate the world with a beautifully different brain. And believe me, it's beautiful. Thanks, guys.